Welcome to Heroic Round, an actual play TTRPG podcast. Join me and my three best friends as we journey through Dungeons, Dragons, and dubious decisions. Grab your dice. We're here to live heroic and die historic.
It's a misty morning. The sun is now coming up. It's filtering long shadows of tree shadows across the courtyard. It's nice to be feeling and seeing the warmth of sunlight come up after fighting in this early pre-dawn courtyard. The mess of the courtyard is more clearly visible now that there's some more light, and you can see the ruin of all your enemies just strewn about, as well as all of the stuff that you've picked through and pilfered as you've sort of looted what was about, here, not only just on the enemies that you fought, but within the debris from the keep. Okay. Virgil Tibbets is still unconscious. Okay. Sir Landon Thorne has been walking around, keeping a perimeter. You can see that he still seems very alert and keen and is watching. He hasn't sheathed his blade. His greatsword is still like resting on his shoulder of his plate mail, and he still has his helm down, and he's just like kind of walking around. And as ridiculous as he is, he seems to make an imposing figure as he's walking around in full plate with a greatsword, and you know that he has the strength and wherewithal to swing it. Okay.
Is his arm still messed up?
I think that he was healed a bit last time.
Because he had an arrow in it, yeah.
Yeah, you gave him some... From what I had written here, I understood that he was given some healing, but maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that he's been tended to, but he does have a hole punched in that part of his armor,
right,
where he got jacked. Okay. All right. So, you do have the letter. You have that messenger's note. All right, John, I'm going to send you the remains of the letter, so that you can read it for us. Does that sound okay?
All right.
Where the hell? How long has it been since we text each other, John? Damn. Apparently we're not as close as I thought we were. September 18th? It's been a month since we've texted each other, just you and me.
Wait, do you guys all text each other?
No.
Well, the last text message sent was from me to you that says, "Love you too, man."
That's cute. It's cute as
Which
hell.
apartment is?
Never got to be mayor of Titty City. Okay, so here's the letter. I'm going to have to do this in Mac voice.
Hell yeah, Mac voice. Bring it. I'm so nervous.
Now pronounce you man and knife.
Okay. That's right.
For the eyes of King Corbeau, Lord of the Thornhaven Forest. Beware, the bandits of Thornhaven Forest have sought and obtained allegiance with the dark power of ancient malice. They've discovered a magical means to bring death to your household. Long have the bandits sought to foment rebellion and sow disharmony in the woods of Thornhaven. To what end? The answer above only knows. I have my suspicions, of course, that they seek more than just what lies within the coffers of the Corbeau nest, that they seek to slay the 3 male ravens of the royal lineage and seize the scepter of rule. My sources claim that Damon Greenman has recently returned from the north and that he found there a fettered god with a forked tongue, that he asked for much, that he gave much for which he sought. For that which he sought. The exact details of what was given, I know not, yet I do know that he carries 3 lanterns of curious workmanship with him, and that they are kept lit always. I send you this warning in friendship and loyalty before Mother Father above. May your household come to no harm, and may these ambitious bandits down in the poison of their own plotting. M.
Marcus Foxtail?
He's so pissed right now.
Who, me?
So
Here, I'm dropping the full letter in the group chat just so you guys can reference it if you want. Thank you, John. That was great reading.
So hard to read in that voice.
And I apologize for the typo. The very end, it
Drown.
said drown in the poison of their own plotting, but I missed that R.
Okay, so it sounds like there's probably 3 of these lanterns.
That scares me.
Yeah.
How old is this letter? How less can you gauge the age of it?
I sniff it and I taste it.
I mean, if the letter's
Old.
here and this is old as shit, like everything's falling apart, maybe older than that, I think that's fair to say.
And what is this fettered god that the green man brought north?
Oh,
Great
the green
questioner.
man, like the god?
Yes.
No.
The green man is also the reference to the Green Knight, right?
Oh, that movie? It came out a couple of years ago? Is there a Green Knight? Do we have any?
The Green Man.
The Green Man wasn't Green Man the reference to
Lord.
You know that Lord Galen
is known as the
has
Green
been
Man.
referred to as the Green Man.
Oi!
But you do know that this letter
Landon.
is hella old.
Yeah.
You know?
Landon,
Huh? You see that he marches over.
does Lord Galen have anyone in his family line named Damon?
I'm not as familiar with the Thornhaven tree, but he may have. That sounds familiar. He may have a relative named Damon.
Where might we learn more?
Well, probably from Lord Galen himself.
All right.
I suppose like his heraldry would be in the Acorn Palace. Sorry, what?
The Thorn Fort.
The
Thorn
Acorn
Fort?
Palace. So, but I think we should keep this one with us. I think this is actually property of the church. Sorry,
This is definitely
part of God's army now.
questions that now
I believe it's
questions and secrets that
Holy
belong
Thrust.
to the church.
I forgot it's the Holy Thrust.
Sounds serious.
So
It's an honor to have dirtied my steel alongside you, but perhaps we ought not to linger in such a dangerous place.
I think we actually should go in. This is probably a good time right now, don't you think?
Go in?
I agree.
It's daytime, and we got this lantern
I
with
go,
us.
Tibbets needs help.
Tibbets need help.
He does
before-
look rather worse for wear.
He
just
really
has
can't move far.
like bloody bandage.
So
you know, and
can
he's
we?
just
We
unconscious.
need to find Gentle. He was taken.
So, as the sun finally is coming up over the trees a bit, it paints the sky pink and gold. Looking at the shattered door to the keep proper, it seems to have spat out the mess that you're now standing in within the courtyard. You note how the various iron wrought windows and stained glass gleam at you with hidden intelligence. The darkness within is not quelled by the sunrise. You hear a baby cry somewhere inside.
What the actual hell?
You see that Landon like shifts when he hears the sound. And he's like, did that sound like a child? Something's going on.
Sometimes birds sound like that, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe cats.
Oh, maybe cats.
Oh.
So
Yeah, cats.
I go,
he's
Landon,
the expert.
Landon, stay with Tibbets. We'll go see what the sound was.
I think that you need my blade if you're going into such a dark house.
So sorry for clarification purposes.
For clarification, nothing. I won't let harm come to you.
We
You gentle
my
folk
hero
of the church.
So we went around to kind of like sneak in, but there was a drawbridge that was collapsed, but we can't exit that way.
You'd have to go and climb back through the rubble of the houses that are leaning on the wall.
So
But this
maybe-
is, I'm talking about the door that goes into the proper keep.
correct.
You know?
So
Because you're in the courtyard.
yes. So thank you for that. So,
Yeah, for sure.
So, Sir Landon Thorne, maybe what would be really helpful is if you could actually fashion like an exit, so like maybe get some sticks together and build like a little bridge so that we can leave across that bridge instead of having to climb up with these people that are hurt. Because don't we have a like almost dead
yeah, Tibbets. is really
Labradoodle
hurt.
too?
I hesitate to
Holy
leave
bumpkin.
you in such dangerous circumstances. And rather than have me swing a hammer, let me swing my sword. So he puts it point down on the ground.
Yeah, actually, I don't care. You can come with us.
Well, we
Just don't
can't
be a
carry
baby.
Tibbets with us. He's unconscious.
Yeah, we also
Perhaps
have a
we
prisoner.
could safe fast them somewhere. Maybe over near the gate. I could find a spot.
Yeah, I mean, they look all right here.
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
Do you think that these bonds will hold Hugh? With how big and ferocious he became, I worry that these will not be enough. It won't
I-
be sufficient.
I'm not too worried about him recovering his strength enough to beast out again. Is Hugh in his mind?
I mean, we could just hang him.
He was unconscious, but you guys tied him up.
Yeah. Hang him.
He attacked you.
I know, but justice can come later.
You
Let's
see
go
that Landon Thorn levels his sword at his throat.
I like this guy.
Perhaps I separate his head from his shoulders, to be sure.
That is the duty of the church, not yours.
Well, let me serve.
You can serve by watching
Sir.
Tibbets and Hugh while we go look at the sound. Investigate this sound.
I'm confused. Why aren't we bringing him? Because he doesn't want to go in.
Because I don't want to carry Hugh and Tibbets, who are both unconscious, or
Yeah.
leave them out here. So I'm trying to think of a way to
why?
let Landon hang out with these guys.
All right,
so we
I
can
shall
go
keep an eye
investigate.
on them then, but please yell loudly if
Does that
you
make
need
sense?
if you need my blade.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if everybody was catching.
No,
like,
I think
had
we were
two
all-
unconscious people there. I don't want to
Yeah.
just leave them out to be.
You see
Well,
that Landon
one is
starts
a
to
labradoodle and one-
pile like some of the stones and rubble around them to try to like create like a little,
God, this guy's so dumb.
like a little place to protect them, I guess, and he piles a few stones and then he takes a seat on them and has his sword out on his shoulder. And he sits down and starts to watch.
All right, make
He
sure
pulls
you keep-
off his helmet and puts it on the stones next to him, and then he takes a long drink from a skin, like a water skin that he has.
Like, were you thinking of having him go out and work on the bridge?
No.
His
I
hair
was-
is mussed and sweaty.
I
from
was
being in
just
the helmet.
trying to follow suit of what you were saying by just keeping him busy.
Oh,
I thought you didn't want him in there with us.
All right, upward and onward, lads.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I just didn't
should
want.
we-
Sorry,
do you
just
want
wanted
to
a
take the
point of
lantern?
clarity. That's why I was asking him to watch both the
Oh,
Tibbets
that's fine.
and Hughes because I didn't want to leave them out.
Do you want to those no damn ravens? Do you want to take the lantern with us?
He's
Yes.
sitting there burning.
Well, how heavy is it now that it's lit?
It's actually quite light, even though it's big. So it has about the light. It has about the heaviness of like a hooded lantern, but it's just awkward because it's like it's almost like you're carrying a chair, with you because it's just so big
As I recall, you have the highest strength. You're the strongest, so you should
and the
carry it.
tallest
And the most handsome.
with the longest piece. Know what I'm saying?
What if we just put it on
Real
Jake
thigh
and then
slapper.
he
Jake can't get over the wall
can't jump the
Jake
moat?
is still outside of the
Yeah.
ruin
with the dogs.
With the dogs.
Oh, he's with the dogs. You're right. All right, that's fine. I'll just carry it.
Go ahead and pick it up, pack boy.
Is that the baby? Sorry, no kids allowed.
You hear your voice kind of like die, like there's no echo in there.
All right, I'm gonna follow my nose into the pickle.
I head in
We're
all
gonna head in.
You guys walk in.
unshod, bare feet, slapping on the stones.
Okay.
Your gripper's just getting dirtier and dirtier.
Dirtier and dirtier.
So
Stepping in
greasy,
some mud.
mossy.
Okay, you step into the keep. And there's mildew and rot in your nostrils, ruined furniture and paintings, the tracks and scat of animals here and there. You see that ivy has grown aggressively inward, as if it could bind the keep within and without. Nature is eating the history here, and soon not even a memory will remain. The crying that you heard is troubling, and you feel like you're closer by moving inward, but not by much. You hear another bit of the crying sound, and it seems to echo from somewhere deep within. And you think perhaps you can hear more than just one cry. Now, let's see here.
You're gonna get attacked by a baby swarm.
Sorry, just a second.
Is it? Do we know it's a baby?
Probably not.
Is it an animal?
Realistically, a baby couldn't survive in this castle by itself.
What if it was a baby animal?
Could you tell what animal it was if it was not a baby?
Probably.
You wanna try to roll for that?
I'll hear it.
Lazy druid. That's his class. Just kidding. All right, so you can see that you're in like the opening entrance to a great hall, and there are 4 different ways out of this hall that are pretty separate from each other, but they are on the corners of this room. There's a piece of the roof that's collapsed and has let in the elements. So the ivy vines and tree limbs are kind of like bowing down into this space. And part of the floor has collapsed, and you can hear water flowing beneath the stones of the floor. So like it sounds like there's water flowing in this room.
Yeah, let's not go that way.
Which way might the sounds be coming from? I listen.
Roll a listen check.
I'm focusing on not being attacked.
Oh, a 20.
I'm defending our listeners right now, Chad.
Okay, I like that.
I can't listen very well holding this stupid lantern. 24.
Oh, you stupid elven ears.
It's one of those Coleman lanterns.
Well, having the flowing of the river under the floor does make it hard. It's kind of white noise, so it's kind of hard to hear.
But I get sleepy.
And you're straining to hear and see if there's that baby is going to make sounds again. And you can hear Landon outside go, "Is everything all right?
Fine, Landon.
Be careful.
Honestly,
Let me know."
If Tibbets goes, that would be sad. But what are we really losing?
Nothing.
Yeah. So why don't we just have him with us?
No,
Okay.
he's annoying.
Okay.
I like how I've 180'd on this guy.
With those listen checks, you're not exactly sure where the sound has come from. You just feel like it's deeper and maybe up, like deeper and higher. Maybe not lower.
All right, pick a
So-
door.
Chad, with we got an idea from the outside of how tall this kind of is, right? Even though it's kind of with it being as dark as about, could we guess about how many levels high this is? Like,
Sure.
are we talking like 4 stories? Or are we talking
Do you have
2
like
stories?
a knowledge of?
You know,
Dungeoneering
I
or
looked.
something?
I don't. I have.
You can just roll like a intelligence check.
I have knowledge nature. I could tell you how many trees tall.
Yeah,
it
how many
is.
trees are we at here? And which ones have babies in it?
No.
My intelligence roll, I just got a 13.
13. That tall tower outside, because there's one tower that's a little bit higher than the rest of the keep. I mean, it's probably 80 to 100 feet high, that tower. And so it's got multiple floors in it. This building, based on the great hall that you're in, like this big room, I mean, it makes you feel like there's at least a floor or two above you, in this place,
Okay.
So, Chad, the sound,
in the Corbeau keep.
we don't see the water, we hear it.
No, you can investigate this room. You guys are just kind of standing in the entry.
Okay.
You know?
I'm going to see where the water's coming from.
Okay, you walk into the room a little bit deeper, kind of stepping on ivy that's grown across like old floors that must have been nice, like mosaic style floors. Just dirt and crap and stuff everywhere. And as you get over to a place where the floor has collapsed, you see it's collapsed and eroded, and there's actually like almost like a river or a creek running through this room now. That's maybe there were water that has shifted its path and is now kind of running through the space.
Like possibly going to go fill up
Yeah.
the moat, right? Because the moat was empty, right?
No, the moat was full.
Full?
It just was low, and there were like parts of the moat that were stagnant.
So it's good idea
were
that the
cut
water's
off.
coming from the moat.
Yeah, well,
Whatever's
you don't-
supplying the moat's probably coming here.
potentially. You just get the sense that maybe you're in kind of like a swampy area, where the water table's really high, and you guys are kind of dealing with that. But where this water is running, I want you to roll a spot check. Okay.
Water babies. 15.
15. So you come up and are standing at the edge of this water and looking down, and you can see it's like moving pretty quick. And the water has like a darkness to it. Like there's like it's, like you can't really see into it. You're seeing your reflection, in the light. It's like a darker kind of water. But suddenly you see down within the water, you think that you see like a couple of very light blue eyes sort of glowing from the depths. Let's do this.
I call over LS and Mac.
They seem to glow and flicker, and you swear that you see them blink. Roll a will check.
Oh, I'm going to crush. Give it to me. Give me these will saves. Don't roll a one.
You guys notice. You guys roll a sense motive.
Even if my character doesn't care about Flavia.
That sounds fine. Especially then.
16.
Okay.
I got a 9. And
Okay,
to be
so
clear, I
you
do
LS
care about
doesn't
you.
care. He's worried about himself.
Oh, I do care about you.
Mac, you just notice that the posture of Flavius has changed. Like his back is to you. And he's over across the room looking down into this flowing river. And you just notice that like it's just there's just a clear like change to his posture. Like all of a sudden he
Like
seems
a softening?
not a softening, but like a tensing maybe.
Oh.
24 on my will
Oh,
save.
24. Okay. You had an overwhelming urge rise up that you should bend and drink.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like this thirst. And it's like, oh, the water is so blue. And so like it looks so satisfying. I should drink some.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost felt your knees starting to bend, like you were going to reach down and grab the water. And then you kind of like shook out of it. You know, it's like one of those moments
Yeah.
that comes because you're also like, this is gross. Like this water is nasty.
That's a thirst trap.
But you
I like it.
you notice
On my fin stick.
at this point that you're looking down towards these eyes. You feel like they're getting a little bit closer, and you can see like teeth, like kind of like healed back from the gums, like almost like there's this glow on this face, and you see kind of like silvery hair that's flowing in the water as it's like coming up towards you. It's almost like a gaunt sort of skeletal face, maybe, and it's just getting a little bit closer. Like
back
the
away.
nose has collapsed into like a hole.
I back away from it.
Okay, you step back and you see that the light winks out, like it almost like retreats back into the darkness.
I go, there is evil inside this water.
Is there another lamp somewhere?
There's supposed to be 3 of them, right? Based on the letter.
I mean, that's what. That's what it said. I don't know. Let me take a look. I'm gonna go look in the water.
Okay.
I keep close to LS.
Okay. You come over and you look into the water.
I go, do you see the eyes?
You see yourself in the water. Go ahead and roll
A searcher.
roll a search.
Oh,
check.
I got a 1. Naturally.
like-
Yeah, you come and look in the water and you're just like, okay, it's a creek.
This is water. Looks pretty spooky to me.
Oh, there was a face and blue
yeah,
eyes.
no, I believe you.
I don't think you should drink it, but I wanted to drink
I don't
it.
want to drink.
You
that
hear
looks
you hear
disgusting.
more strange crying again.
So the water that cuts it, does it cut off the two? Does it run down the middle or to the sides? Because you said there's 4 exits.
It's like in the middle, almost like a broken floor. Maybe it like kind of sunk in the lowest spot, and it goes for about half of the room, and then it's gone. Like it's you're seeing a piece of it, almost like the belly of the snake of a river.
Okay.
If it were the deepest part of the river, it'd be called the Thalweg.
It's a Cotton Eye Joe River. Where does it come from? Where does it go?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
LS,
Yes.
Do you smell pickles? Remember, we're here to find gentle.
I smell. Oh, we don't have a smell check.
scent.
Oh, yeah. Did I not write it down? I think I was like, I'm not going to write
It's
that down.
wisdom.
It's just a whizzy.
It's a silent rebellion.
9.
You ass.
No, it was 9.
No.
I think I just didn't put ranks in it.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to be the best at everything. And so it was like,
Yeah, you wanted to give everyone else a chance to shine. Makes sense. Okay. You don't in here, but also like it's super mildewy, rot, water smells in here.
I can't smell over the sound of this candle.
And there's animal scat and stuff, so it's like it's kind of that smell of it smells bad.
Well, let's just like walk to a
Yeah,
once
let's
a
pick
around
a
the
door
room.
and go.
Yeah.
Just go.
So pick a door.
First one on the left.
First one on the left. Okay.
This way, boys.
All right,
He
cool.
knows.
I don't know.
So
I do have trap sense, by the way.
you
now,
go
so.
to the left. Okay, you go
love
down
you. Do what you want.
this hallway to the left, and you can see that there is it looks like this is a hallway that is leading into a kitchen area. And what lends you to believe that is you can see that there are some like pots and trays and stacked dishes, and you see shattered ceramic ware on the ground. Okay.
I'm gonna have to go die hard in here.
Oh yeah, barefoot, huh? Okay, so as you walk in to this area, you see first a pantry or a selection of rooms that are like pantries where the food supplies must have been stored. You see that there's nothing that remains but burlap and wooden packaging and string. It looks like creatures of all kinds have carried off every morsel that was edible and left caca all over the place. But as you step into the kitchen, I'm assuming you're just moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay. As you step into the kitchen, you can see massive pots with wood-burning stoves and blackened pipes that stretch up to the arched stone ceilings above. And you can tell this place has become a roost for rats and rodentia of all kinds. Every surface covered in mice rice, and the place has the feeling of being abandoned in the middle of cooking. You see just stuff out all over the place. You also notice as you step into this room, you can hear the scattering of little creatures, running somewhere, like out of sight, trying to get away from you. Okay.
Like we just opened a box of old dog food.
Yes.
Okay.
Dead end.
But you don't see a bunch of them. You just hear them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And then it looks like there's a door here that leads to an exterior, like it'll go back outside. And so you're
So this
not
is the
sure
full-on
if-
kitchen
Yeah,
then?
this is a kitchen.
Yeah.
You also
This is
see
easy.
another door that looks like it leads to a steep stairway that goes up.
Oh, let's check that out.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah.
we go.
Okay, you go to the stairs.
I have everybody stop and listen for the baby noise. Does it sound like it's up? Or do I feel like we're going in the right
It sounds
direction?
like an
It
undead
sounds in this room. It sounds like you can hear it in the pipes. It sounds like it's coming from above.
Okay.
Lots of old buildings sound like that. It's no big deal.
And I
Could be the
want
radiator.
I want to make sure we solve the
Buildings just
mystery of the
settle.
face in the water. Note that down, Tibbets. Oh,
I'll note it.
Sad. Okay.
I'll know
the door here looks pretty water damaged. That is
Swollen.
on it. You can tell it goes to a steep stair because there's a few steps up and then the door is there. It's swollen and it's stuck.
All right, strong guy.
It has a wooden handle that's been secured with nails, to it, but it's a stuck door.
Realistically, this would be like probably like a servant's entrance up like to
to go serve the people upstairs, right?
like a butler pantry.
Or maybe a room service staircase to master quarters.
Or it could be
Quick,
the
the
nursery.
baby needs you. Bust that door open.
I mean, call me daddy. It will give me more strength. Go ahead, give me a
Father
+2.
strength.
All right.
I am going to support Brandon.
Please, Daddy.
Oh, okay. Assist him.
Yeah, system.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Ooh, I got a 1.
Okay, so he actually makes it worse for you.
14.
That's not
What
very
did you get? Are you
You
assisting?
got a
You're
natural
assisting
1,
me?
so you got a -2 to your roll. So you're got a 12. Yeah. You're trying to open that door and the handle comes off. The nails come out. They're kind of wet or not wet, but they're like rusted. And it makes kind of a pretty big like clunk. And you hear that the crying stops mid-cry. It's like when you make that sound. And you get the sense that now whatever was crying is listening to you
Oh, no.
or listening for you.
That's fine. This door's not going to open. Let's go a different way.
Oh, okay. You give up easy.
Looking at the door, is it just because it's water swollen at the bottom? We
No.
don't want to go. We don't want to go up this way. This is busted and go in.
I mean, we can. That's
Are
fine.
you trying to be sneaky?
Well, not now.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my warhammer and I'm just gonna slam the bottom of the door to try to just get it.
I
to
mean,
move.
it's not just the bottom. The whole door is swollen in its frame, right?
Swollen bottoms. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Hell
Well, I'm gonna attack it, Chad, to try to open the door.
Swollen ass.
Can I suggest a new name for our group? Swollen Bottoms.
The holy thrust finds the swollen
The
bottom.
holy thrust demands it.
Demands
I
the
just hit it with
swollen
hammer
bottom.
for 21.
Hell yeah, brother.
Just
to
to
hit
smash
it. That's
the door.
to hit it, yeah.
To hit it, yeah.
Well, good news is you can hit a door, the broadside of a door.
And then for damage, I got a 5.
Okay, just a second. I just typed my group is so stupid. There they. I'm just joking.
I have the worst effing
I got the worst effing group. I don't know what to do. I'm on the forum right now, and they're helping me feel better.
I'm dead, chat.
Just kidding. Okay. You slam your warhammer into the door, and you put a big break in one of the boards of the door, but it doesn't like come free. But you smash it. It looks like you'll probably have to hit it a few times.
Okay, I look through to see, does the stairs go
It's
up?
not like you break it through.
Oh.
The door has a double thickness.
Oh.
So it's like the door has interior beams that are all the wood are nailed to. So you like break one of the inner beams. And so now it's just sort of like in, you know?
Okay.
But it didn't like break through yet, you know?
You want to keep at it? Or do you want to try
No.
to find out?
I don't think it's
The keep around you has gone very silent now.
Okay.
I mean, I think if it was listening for us being here and knows exactly where we are, right?
Well, yeah.
You hit it some more. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna step back from it.
Hey, Alice.
Chat, they're hitting
How
it
about
some
stop
more.
being a little bunny rabbit, eh?
I can't believe they're hitting it some more.
19. 19, Chad.
19. Okay. Roll damage.
8.
Okay. You break through that same one, and you can see you punched through that other side, and you see like crappy looking water
Oh, no.
like start to ooze out of it and come through that gash that you did and start leaking down onto the steps. So it's almost like there was water behind the...
Is it really stagnant?
Yeah, it's like kind of yellowish, and you can see little floaties in it, you know, like coming through. It's almost like the door's pissing on your boots.
Oh, I'm back in. Actually,
Okay. At this point, Chad, with the pressure relief from the water, do you feel like I can open it, or do you think I need to keep hitting it?
You try again, but the problem is the handle got ripped off by the strong man who tried this before you, and so there's nowhere to grip it. You could try to grab into the hole into the water and try to pull.
you could grip it by the husk, Chad.
It's not a matter of where he grips it.
So just trying to understand this better. Is it shooting out like there is a water pressure that's high enough up that if you open this door, water is just going to
probably.
gushing granny out?
So it's just like it's been like acting like a cistern then? Does that make sense? Like it's just been catching rainwater and chilling up?
brother.
More like a brothern. I don't know. That was pretty good. Instead of a cistern. Yeah, they like somehow it's been holding water, and now you're releasing it like a bladder full of urine.
Yeah,
Should we find another way
to
now?
go? Let's
I
go a
think that's
different
a good
way.
idea.
The water pressure is lowering now. You know what I mean? It's not like it's just staying consistent. Like while you guys are sitting here trying to decide what to do, it was like it was real gushing.
And
Now it's sort
kinda-
of, you know, and it's still coming out and trickling, but whatever water was behind is now like emptying out.
Okay, I'm just doing one more hit on it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll grab a pot and put it under the hole.
I like that.
17, Chad.
I really like that. He grabs a pot to try to catch some of the rainwater.
And 7 more damage. Okay.
Great. Okay, you hit it, and the door, you finally break through one of the boards in a thickness way that causes it to break sideways as well.
Okay.
So all of a sudden it kind of opens, and there's a last like, and it washes your pot away.
No, my pot!
And you see that there were like, you know, just stuff floating in the, like there's a woman's stocking, there's like a glove, there's, you know, some things floating there as they wash out, and then you see this steep stairway that's wet, and you can see a clear line on the stairs where like this water level has played for a while, you know, like with evaporation and accumulation.
Yeah.
You know, like up a few stairs. So it's probably like 4 or 5 stairs deep of water, and you guys let it rush out into the kitchen. So where it goes in the kitchen, by the way, as it does that, it kind of moves the pots and things, and then you can hear the draining, almost like there's a drain somewhere underneath that's like draining all the water.
Genius. Alice, be careful. Slippery when wet.
I head up.
All right, you start walking.
I
Break
follow
through the
back.
stairs.
You can hear his bare feet slapping on the stones as he starts
His
walking
flippers.
up. His flippers. And as you walk up,
Hey, we're
you
right
can see
here.
that there's some daylight
Okay.
up above, because it's a really tight turn. Like it's going along an exterior wall inside of an exterior wall. But there are some windows. Okay. And the windows you see are like broken, even though there's iron wrought, like, you know, like it would be like cool patterns or whatever, but the glass is broken out. You can see it must be where like water and things have gotten into this stone stairway, okay, over time. But it's also letting in these shafts of light right now, as well as ivy growing in and stuff, okay?
As we go, I'm gonna peek out, see if I can see Landon.
Yeah, as you are going
Just not
up,
facing that way, it's
you
fine.
are too short to see out the,
Oh,
out the
okay.
windows. So first, you can't actually see out there, but
Need
you
a
can
boost
see
bud?
sky and trees, like tree branches and stuff.
Oh, nature.
Nature.
That's what I look for.
Okay. Now, as you go up the stairs,
Tall for a dwarf. Taller than most of my clan.
that's right. That is right.
You're the tallest dwarf I've ever had skin-to-skin contact with. Take that how you will.
How are you feeling, LS?
I hate this place. I hate this stinky ass water. I hate that we broke down the door and we're going up the staircase. It's a murder staircase, okay? The little baby up there knows exactly where we are, and I just don't like it.
Well, the baby needs rescuing.
I say throw the baby out with the bathwater.
I think it's rainwater.
I don't even. Do you know maybe bird's bath in it? Does that make
Sometimes
it bathwater?
rainwater is bathwater.
Are you feeling okay?
You know, I think I had too many energy drinks.
I just know that you've been a little bit heightened
Hatton?
since you drank that blood.
No. What? That has nothing to do with today. You're making me carry this big ass lantern up here. I'm supposed to be.
I'm gonna
sneaky.
go over to LS and I'm just gonna rub his shoulders.
Okay.
Give him a good little rub.
Yeah.
We're still going up, right?
We're still going up.
Boost his elf
So
confidence.
you go up and come to another door, but this one is open.
I hit it 3 times.
You can go ahead and hit it if you want. Go ahead.
Oh, I hate it.
You really smash it.
I give a gesture to say, do you want to? I go, do you want me to want me to hold the lantern so you can go?
We're
see?
talking about the door's open.
No, we need you to not hold the lantern because you're good at fighting.
That's fair. But the door is open.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad.
So you come into this room, and it's actually quite dry.
Brandon, that was.
That was.
It is quite dry, and you see that you are entered into a place where there's some stained glass, and the room has like a reddish tinge to it. Okay, because the light filtering through this stained glass, it appears to be like a sitting room. There's a table there and chairs around it. You can see nice pottery, like nice china on the table. You also can see that there is a place for like books to the side of the room. There's a few other doorways that lead out of this room, but you can see it looks like it's maybe like a breakfast nook or some kind of, place where people would take the royals maybe of this place would take their food. Okay. You notice that there's a hallway that leads out of this room into, it's kind of an ornate hallway with a high arched exit, and it looks like it leads into a very big room.
Oh, let's go there.
Let's. I'm gonna just do a quick look around. Look see.
Cool. Look-see, baby.
A 23
23.
to search dry rooms.
You want me to take the lantern?
No.
Again, he's really good at lanterns. You're good at fighting.
You search, and you can see that there is on the floor, over on the other side of the table, there is a blanket, like an old blanket that's been laid over something that's like long. And as you get closer, it looks like it's a body maybe under there.
Okay. I'm gonna put the lantern down and then just kind of with a boot flip over. Actually, with my rapier, I'm just gonna like.
Okay. You see that underneath, it looks like maybe like a really rotted and decomposed, but like not wet decomposed, like an old body that's like kind of shriveled and dried up and is decomposed, of a woman who looks like she's maybe dressed like a maid or a servant, and she's just laying on the floor.
Okay. I'll just do a quick once through just to see if there's.
From dusting to dust.
Oh, man. That was a great one-liner.
She lived like she died, covered in dust. No?
Nah, I mean, it was fine. It was fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just do, like, I'm looking mostly for, like, a key or anything that, like, to that door downstairs.
The
You broke the handle off of?
The door that's ruined.
But no, just, you know what I mean? Like, a key or any kind of, like,
Sure.
Once I find the owner, I'll
Heraldry.
tell him I apologize for the door.
They don't speak adult.
So as you search, the only thing you find and you notice is that she's like missing her lower jaw and part of her throat.
Okay.
Um,
And that's
That wouldn't have been animals because she was covered. Right?
Yeah, like it looks like that was maybe her cause of death.
okay.
And that now she, you know, she was laying there when they covered her body. She didn't have a jaw or a throat.
Yeah.
Like this part of her body.
So that would obviously be a pretty traumatic injury. Some would say life ending. Even though this is pretty old and dry, is there like a blood stain on the ground around this? Like, or
It's hard to tell, but you think so.
Okay.
You know, like you feel like this is a place where she's like laying here because she was killed here.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
at some
And then
point.
someone just like, I don't want to look at this.
Maybe. Yeah.
okay,
So
well
it
we
looks
can
like-
keep going. I just wanted to see if it was like she was moved in here or if it was like
Oh, sure.
I say, do we head through the hallways or investigate the doors?
I think a bear could do that. Move along. To the big room.
we go to the big baby room.
Okay, so
The
into
nursery.
the big baby room. Okay, so you can see. So you can see you come into a room that has large windows, but many of them are broken out. Okay, and you see that it's a library. It's like 3 stories high, with just books on books on books on books up, you know, in these big, huge bookcases.
We claim these. We
But
claim
almost all of the books are ruined by weather, it looks
No.
like, because the huge windows and the open balconies here have all been broken in. And there's just been wind and weather and rain and everything that's come through this area. And there's plants that have grown through all of it. Okay. But it looks like there are little stairways, like little, they're like iron wrought spiral stairs that go up to each of these levels, and they lead to halls that go into different chambers up here. So it's just like a big opened area. Okay.
It's a big maze.
But roll a scent check.
All of us are just dog man?
Just Brandon.
Oh,
Dog man.
I actually put ranks in it.
Oh, you can roll if you have rank scent. Go ahead.
16.
I just smell the great question.
11.
11.
Rolled a
Okay,
2.
so Ellis, you actually can smell some pickle in the air here, and it just immediately you're like, okay, like you kind of got some evidence that maybe you're getting closer to gentle.
Do you guys smell anything? It smells really normal in here. I say, quietly, it smells like pickles in here. So I think that our brother friend.
Gentle?
Gentle.
Yeah, sorry. I think he might be close, or maybe parts of
Roll
him are
a
close.
spot check here.
Oh, no.
All of us? All of us?
Not LS, because you're talking to them.
21.
I can listen and look.
Natural one.
I'm
You're rolling so bad.
I'm just looking.
You roll
at-
one more natural run and it's over.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We lose.
Your
Campaign's
character
done.
Campaign
blows
gone.
up. That's what happens. 3 natural runs in a row.
It's
Your
the,
character
it's
blows
the
up.
heat death of the sun. Oh, the character just dies.
Mm-hmm.
Aneurysm from taking the
You have to
vaccine.
tear your character sheet up.
5G.
Okay, so
Drop dead. 5G wireless.
while
fiber
LS
at
is talking to you, you look up above, and I mean, it's such an overwhelming room because there's so much in it, you know, that you're kind of like trying to get your bearings. LS is talking to you, and you look up above and can see on the 3rd balcony, it looks like there is like a skeletal figure, like leaning over the balcony and like looking down at you, right? It startles you, but you recognize that the figure is dead. Like it's not moving. It's not in like an undead warrior or whatever, but it's just looking down at you. It has these really ornate black and red robes on, and its arms are kind of hanging over. It's almost like it's like draped on that upper balcony and it's looking down.
Holy shit! What? What's that? So spooky.
I pointed out.
We
And we can see it now.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Hey, you might like those robes. They look nice.
Actually, I was thinking the same thing. I'll go take a look real quick.
So is it a spiral staircase that goes? You go up one staircase and it takes you to the second floor and the third floor, or do you have to get up, and move? Does that
So
make sense?
there's not one that goes up the whole thing in one go. You do get up, go down like a path, then go up another.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many? I'm going to go up and look at the body.
Great.
Yeah, we're gonna start heading up.
But
great.
how many rooms offshoot from here? Like 6?
So there's another hallway. There's like hallways on each floor. So that would be 1 here or 2 here, 4, 6 hallways.
Okay.
And then there are 3 main rooms out. So there's like 9 exits out of this room.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Exhausting.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
let's
All right,
head
go
up
check
and
'em.
investigate the body first. Then
Yeah, that's
So
my
you guys
thoughts,
make
too.
your way up to the third floor.
Yeah.
Okay, great. As you get up there to the third floor, you can see that this is clearly like it occurs to you that this is probably like the highest quarters of the royal, house. And so when you reach this space, you actually see that laying in the hallway, like on the balcony, there are some skeletons draped in like guard uniforms, and they're just like actually weapons out, look like they're in combat potentially, but they're laying on the ground. You can see that this individual who's very like robed and ornate, you can see that he has on the back of his robe, there's this beautiful like raven with its wings spread, but it has a dagger through it. And it's sticking into his back.
Oh.
And he's draped over the edge, And you get the sense that this is either like a royal house member or like a chancellor or an advisor or somebody of that nature. They definitely seem like they're of a higher status. And you notice that they're missing a couple of fingers. Trying to think what else.
so it's the raven crest on the back of a cloak. You said I'm gonna take the cloak out.
Is it a cloak or a robe?
It's a robe, but it's like a robe that you like a wizard would wear or like a cleric would wear.
You want to take it?
Let's see.
or a royal, person would wear. It
Yeah.
almost has like the vibe of like a choir robe or like a bishop's robe.
So I'm gonna detect magic
Okay.
in this room and then concentrate for 3 rounds. Or
Got it.
Get an idea of what's coming off. If there's anything in the room, especially if it's the highest point.
I try and smell for pickles too.
Okay.
Smell this pickle. Sorry.
You sniff for pickles. Roll your scent check.
Smells a little.
Brandon, you do some detect magic spell casting, and then your eyes turn white, and you start to look around, kind of searching for magic. You can see that there are some magic vapors that seem to be like auras that are coming across the floor, like they're almost like leaking out of somewhere deeper within this main door
Pickles.
that goes. So not one of the
Another
side
lantern?
doors, but the main door into the royal apartments here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
18 on scent.
18. Okay. You do smell some of that pickle smell, that sweet, gentle pickle smell. And it strikes you that it's coming from outside and coming in from, there's these windows that go all the way up the height of these 3 stories. And there's some air or breeze that's blowing in. And it's almost like it's coming down from above and in the window.
Interesting.
He's on the roof. Just kidding.
Okay. Now you start to follow the vapors and go back into these royal apartments. And as you come into this room, you can see that there is like a beautiful, looks like a receiving room or even maybe a little bit of a throne room, but it's not like opulent and huge like a throne room would be. But it does seem like a proper, like audience chamber. Okay. And in here, there does appear to have been a combat, and there are more soldiers on the ground, laying about. There's some ladies that have been slain. They're wearing nice, like, gowns, but they're like, ripped
Right.
open in certain spots. It looks like they're dead from wounds, but it just looks like there's been a combat and you're just looking at the ruins of it, the remains of it, The sconces on the walls and things look like they've completely burned out, like the torches or whatever are there completely burned, before they
So we're getting a vibe that, does this feel like a night? Like something happened everybody fought and died in
Yeah.
the period of like
It was like a coup.
a
Yeah.
okay.
It
so
gives you
it's-
coup vibes. It
So
does
not
give
like
you
a
coup
long
vibes.
lasting conflict. Like everything we kind of come across, everything's like something happened and then just.
Food was being cooked.
Yup.
People being stabbed where they sat.
I wonder
right.
if they had set up these lanterns and then planned this attack. That is the question.
Hey, that makes a lot of sense. I think we need to look through this in much greater detail, but I think probably time is of the essence.
And Mac, you said the smell
So
from pickles is
as
coming
you're
above.
walking into this area a little bit deeper, Brandon, you sense a very familiar magical signature, and you see that there's another lantern deeper in here burning green.
Oh.
Like it's actually lit, and you can see that the door of the lantern is open, and there is what looks to be like a body laying there on the ground in front of it, and she's holding flint and tinder, like in her hands.
Is the body?
But she's got a sword stabbed through her.
Okay. Is the body the same age approximately as these other bodies, or is this a much more recent corpse?
It looks like it's the same age.
Okay.
As these, yeah.
How much oil is left in that?
It's like a little bit.
Ooh, can I transfer oil?
I have oil.
Oh, let's fill this bad boy up.
Yeah, I hand some oil
So
to LS.
from your previous day, you guys all kind of step up to the green flickering glow of this fire or this lantern. From your previous examination of the other lantern, you saw that there was no way to add or take away oil from the reservoir. Like there's no way
Okay.
to fill it or to take it away. But in your spellcraft, when you were examining it, you got the sense that the oil would replenish itself, or would somehow that part of the mechanism would allow the oil to either return or to evaporate. Right, like that's part of this item.
So we wouldn't need to worry we wouldn't need to worry about it running out.
No, not that you wouldn't need to worry about it running out, but perhaps like once it runs out, the oil starts to refill.
That's
Okay.
awful.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So kinda. I guess I'm trying to put into like a time frame of if it's been such a long time and is about to run out, then does it need to be out for that amount of time in order to refill?
Maybe.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's take it with
like
us.
the one that you're carrying is full,
Yeah. Okay.
and is lit and full. But this one is lit and almost empty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take it with us.
Okay. Mac, you want me to take it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I take this one.
Uh,
Hey, it was kind of helpful for you to like see it.
yeah, I mean, I guess it really is.
I close the door, latch it, and can I like tie it onto my belt, or does it need to be carried?
No, they're big. They're kind of like carrying chairs.
It's like
They're
a whole
big.
hand, yeah.
It's a whole
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna just search the room
Okay.
real quick too for anything else that's like
Great.
again would be helpful. Keys. 24.
24.
So do you think these lanterns were gifted, and then they
You
ran
search
out?
and there's these ornate cabinets off to the side, and one of the cabinets has a clear like hole in it, and then you can see that there's lots of like stuff coming out, almost like bursting out of the cabinet, like all these little pieces of debris. And when you go over and open it, you can see it's like a nest of some kind, and there's a whole bunch of like shiny things in there.
Not a baby nest though. Okay, that's good. Yeah,
It's kind of like another little nest hoard,
okay.
that we can search later if you want to
Yeah,
just
we can
take
come
the
back.
stuff and come back to it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's anything. Okay, let's move on. If you guys are okay, let's go to the pickles. Follow
Yeah,
our
let's
nose.
go out to the balcony. Is there a way for us to go
You
from
wanna
the
go back
balcony
to the
up?
balcony?
Yeah. Or is there a way that you think we could go up?
There's no way to go up from this room, but you haven't gone far enough into the royal apartments to know if there's a way up or not.
Let's keep searking, trying to find if there's
Yeah.
a way up.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Because
realize
it might be
there was
helpful
a
to
room
find a
past that.
third lantern then.
Yeah, sorry, you were in like the main audience chamber, but you quickly, as you go down the hall, you can see that there is like more of a full dining room where like the royal family could eat, and there's a beautiful, huge fireplace that has two sides. So like there's a side that's facing the dining room, and then there's a side on the other side that's facing a bedroom. The beautiful bed, and big like vanity and wardrobes and all those things. And you can see that they look like they've been ransacked, like pilfered. that have been gone through. And you also can see Brandon as you come in here. Are you still detecting magic?
Yeah,
or-
it's minutes.
It's minutes. Yeah. So you're detecting magic as you come in here. You can see that there is magic like seeping out of like these square cracks in the floor, almost like in the shape of a floor door. You know what I mean? That's hidden, but you wouldn't be able to see it. Like it just looks like the stones of the floor, but for you, it's like, oh, there's an opening there.
Okay. I would point that out, and then I do have a trap sense if like I got close and it was whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna point that out. Actually, let's deal with that first.
Yeah, let's figure that out. I agree with you.
Okay, cool. So roll a search in this area.
Natural 20. So that number comes to 20 or 32.
Nice.
Oh, the green god blesses you.
Okay, so you just come into the room and you notice that on the 4-poster bed there are these ravens, on each of the corners of the bed, and one of the ravens, they're all brass. One of them has a spot that's been touched to the point where it's shiny, where the others have like a patina, and you go up and put your hand on it to touch it, and it pulls like a switch. And when you do, that stone, there's a mechanism that causes it to, and open up, and you see steps that lead down.
Oh, Wolfenstein. Let's
Open
go.
sesame, I guess. Before we do this, I want to look up the flue, up the fireplace. If it's a huge fireplace, I wonder if I could shimmy up onto the roof. Does it smell stronger of pickles in the fire?
The fireplace, it's so overwhelmingly like charcoal, and it doesn't really.
Sooty?
You're not picking up any. Yeah, it's soot. It doesn't
Would
smell
it be
like
big
anything.
enough that I could shimmy up? Shimmy,
It
shimmy.
is massive. Yeah, you think you could. You don't know what the situation is up above. Like when you look into the fireplace, you're not like seeing light,
Yeah.
so you're not sure how far up it goes or if it tightens.
I have a lantern. I shine the lamp.
Oh, yeah, when you look up there. When you do, you can
no.
see a bunch of eyes
Okay.
up in there, and you hear like kind of like a disturbance, like they're like some kind of little squeaking. You think it's just a bunch of bats, maybe.
I hope so.
All right. Well, maybe not.
So do we want to approach gentle or do we want to go down this pathway?
We gotta go down the pot. The
Yeah.
little hole.
I mean, I think so. Let's just look down and see.
Agreed. I think it behooves us to find these 3 lanterns, since the letter declared there was 3 of them, correct?
That's correct.
Like we're like, we gotta find gentle, and then we're like, no, but this way looks pretty cool.
Well, my fear would be if if the other lantern loses its light, then we're going to be dealing with more undead.
Oh, I'm with you. Also, if we can take these lanterns and move them to where there are no undead.
Yep.
In theory.
Okay.
Okay. So you start going down into the darkness, and you see that it feels like it gets pretty tight pretty quick, and goes down a step, turns, and goes down a step and turns, and it feels like you're almost going down like an interior chimney, that goes deep. So you start going down many floors.
Maybe
All the way to the basement.
And
Yeah,
it's getting
maybe we
it's getting
should.
colder as you go.
Keep going.
But you are starting to head down, and it's very echoey in here because of the fact that it's just tight stone, like a cave. Like
So
you're going
do we want to try and find? Because we think gentle's up. This is a Sophie's
Down.
choice.
Down.
You have your big freaking lanterns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine either way.
I'm split between trying to help Gentle. Because at this time, Chad, how long has Gentle been missing? He's been missing
Hours.
for hours.
Yeah.
I think we follow.
What would a paladin do?
It's a challenge. Paladin would try to save the life.
However,
How to
these
save-
lanterns create undead. Do you want to save life or kill undead?
You can't ask me that.
I'm saying
Let's see where this ends, and then if needs be, we'll head back. Then we'll immediately go up to try to find Gentle.
all right.
2 versus 1.
We're gonna head back, keep going down.
So you get down,
Cut to
it
Gentle,
comes
just
down
get
and opens up
eviscerated.
into a circular room down below, and you can see that there are, like, the room is really dark, but you come in with your green light into this. It's almost like a circular vault, and there's a drain in the middle of the floor, and everything kind of slopes down.
Oh shit, sex
you-
dungeon.
But you notice that it's like a treasure room. So there's an ancient treasury here. Yeah.
Glad we came this way.
Yeah, there's an
Grab my
ancient
necklace.
treasury. So you see that there's just tons of like some items look like they may have like rotted or fallen apart, with age, but there's like you see coins of all kinds like on the floor and bags opened up and everything else. Like it looks like it's an ancient treasury, like probably the treasury of this household. And you're recognizing that because of its hidden entrance, it probably wasn't found when the keep fell.
Now we know it's here. Let's go try to find Gentle and come back. Is there any other entries in here, or this is the only one?
This is the only one.
And the floor drain.
And then the floor drain, but the floor drain is small, like it's like this big,
Perfect.
and just has like an ornate lattice work on it, and everything in here is dry, so it's not like it's like water's gotten in here, but you can tell that there's a drain, like a pipe that goes out of here.
I think we need to go back to the roof to find Gentle and come back.
Yeah, but let's make sure he's not in any of these piles of treasure first, right? I would recast because it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Detect magic and just
Yes.
do a quicksy onesie.
Yeah, there's definitely magic in here.
Oh, my leg hurts. Let me just sit here for at least 3 rounds per 60-foot cone.
Should I go check the roof while you do this?
No, let's head to the roof. All of us.
Give us just 1 minute.
If this hasn't been found for years,
You make a great point.
then we can
I
come
just
straight
stuff my
back.
pockets with stuff and then I'll go.
Okay, cool.
You make a great point.
All
Okay,
right.
great. So you guys head back up the stairs.
I try to take an inventory in my head, counting
Okay.
just to be like, how much does Zach owe me if this room collapses?
It's a lot. It's the most like money you've seen in one place. Like it's that kind of thing.
I feel like you could
It
just
feels like you walked, like I guess the modern day equivalent would be like if you walked in a bank vault with all like the safety deposit boxes and stuff. Like it's like there's just a lot of valuables in here.
This treasure would be best served for use in the church. So I'm glad that we found it.
it just makes you feel like you could just live there, right? In the treasure. Just like make that your home.
Scrooge McDucket.
Just Scrooge McDuck.
We're going to head back up the stairs.
Okay, you guys head back up the stairs. Are you leaving the lanterns and bringing them up?
Oh, taking the lanterns for sure.
Okay.
We might be able to leave them down here.
You guys notice at this point that the one that Brandon is carrying flickers a bit.
Wait, I have the one that's full of oil.
Oh, you have the one that's...
I have the one that's
Sorry, the one that you're carrying flickers a bit. The one that's almost empty.
I say, do you think if we left it here and then sealed it, is
No.
it going to awaken any of the undead? But if we bring it back to where there's undead, is it going to wake it? Do we have any idea of how far this magic reaches?
Yeah, so in my professional opinion, we should take it and leave the castle with it. Give it to...
I hate to tell you this, but there's dead stuff everywhere.
I think we should take it out of the castle. That one in particular. Who wants to take it out?
Not it.
Okay.
So you want your best undead fighter to leave you.
Yeah, who will be
wait,
fighting
yeah.
undead if
If it goes
it goes out.
So
a good point.
from this bedroom, are there broken windows to the outside?
Oh yeah, so you guys get back up
shit,
to
someone
the
throw it out.
bedroom. There's no broken windows. There's solid like iron wrought stained glass here that's not broken in the actual bedroom. But going like through the chambers, when you go to the kitchen, there's another there's another hallway that goes out. It leads to a pretty nice bathroom. And then it also leads to a balcony that goes outside.
Okay. On the balcony, I want to look up. I want to go to the balcony and look up to see if there's any way onto the roof.
Yes. So it would actually be pretty easy to climb the roof because of the stonework that's around. Like it's not like smooth. It's, pretty Gothic, so there's all sorts of iron embellishments and, kind of gargoyle-y looking things and stuff. It's easy to climb. So it'd be easy to get on the roof. You see that the balcony is like a wraparound balcony and goes around the side of this royal apartment. And there's sitting areas out there with furniture that used to be probably nice and is completely collapsed and, completely weather destroyed now. And there's ivy that's grown up and over across parts of the balcony. But you see that the balcony leads over to, on that side of the building is where the huge tower is. Like that's where a part of that tower is that goes up even higher than where you guys are at.
Okay. I want to climb up onto the roof.
Yeah.
Should I roll climb?
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna follow behind him.
Be great.
Zach, we could also try
20.
and put it out and then manually relight it to see how fast it refills.
Okay, so you're outside now, climbing up onto the roof. You got a 20 to climb.
Yes, sir.
Chad, I got a 20 as well.
You want me to stay with the lanterns?
No,
Yeah.
you're coming with us.
Okay. So you climb up onto the roof, okay? And you, at this point, when you start to get up onto the roof, you can see that there's sections that are like slanted, you know, like they've actually got like a steep grade. And then there are sections that are pretty flat that look like they could, like there's stuff laid out for archers, you know, things like for defense and stuff like that. There's even those like wooden like archer shields that have like a window and stuff that are on a hinge and stuff like that. They're just kind of laying there rotten. Some of them are broken or whatever else. But you can smell some of that pickle again in the air kind of blowing at you. And you really get the sense that it's potentially coming from the tower where, you know, that bigger, higher area. And from here, you can see that parts of the tower are crumbled and like fallen apart. It looks like there's a piece of the stairway that's exposed from this view that's internally like a spiral stair that's going around the tower on the inside. And the tower roof, which is steepled and then goes up to like a belfry, has openings, and there's a whole section of the roof that has collapsed in and is open to the air that you can see from here.
Hey, Gentle, if you could hear us, clap your hands
Oh, okay.
or your cheeks.
All right. You
Smart.
yell that out, and you actually can hear distantly, like you hear a clap,
Could be a trap.
and
but
then you hear like the crying again, but
So-
it's coming from the tower.
So from the
both.
Mhm.
Oh.
And
So-
you hear the crying starts up, and it sounds like multiple cries, like a couple or 3, 4 maybe cries.
How far?
So from
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
does the roof connect to the tower, or do we need to be on the balcony to get to the tower?
Yeah, I'm sorry, this is kind of hard. It's like very clear in my mind, but I'm not communicating it very well. It's almost like this is the central building that you're on, and it has its own roof system and balconies that go all the way around it.
Yeah.
And then there's a walkway over to the tower.
So we need to go back down to the
So
balcony.
you can cross the roof because you're on the far side away from the tower. You can cross the roof and get over and climb down onto that balcony, then walk across to the tower.
Let's
do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Be careful.
that's great. Roll just a balance check as you go.
And
across
make
the
sure,
roof.
because we know that there's been lots of holes. Like we know there's
Yeah,
a
the
big
roof
hole.
is in an unstable state, and it's also steep in some sections and not in others. Like you remember in Beauty and the Beast where they're fighting on the roof?
That's it.
Yeah.
I've been getting Beauty and the Beast vibes this whole time.
Like
Like
6?
All right, buddy.
Oh, I never rolled a climb check because I wasn't gonna go up.
I assumed it was like you have assistance because they're
Okay,
there anyway. But what'd you get on your balance? You got a 6.
My acrobatics
Sure. Not.
balance.
Balance is there.
Yeah. No,
Is there no balance?
no, there's no balance.
Tumble and
New balance. Roll your
New balance. Acrobatics, climb, concentration.
Okay, roll your acrobatics then, damn it.
It's actually just
Tumble
my
and balance
dexterity.
got
I'm so
rolled
sorry.
into.
16. Don't hate
Can we
me.
cut? Can we
Yeah,
stop?
yeah,
We're gonna stop
16.
right
I
here.
got a
Kenneth,
16.
mark that one.
Got a 16.
I got a 23, Chad. I mean, sorry, a 22.
Okay, will you roll your reflex save?
The best part is he's not carrying a lantern.
20.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He hits us both and our lanterns fall. And then they combine.
I
And
was
then they
thinking
spin.
we could take it out to like a
Okay,
field and put a dead body.
You are making your way very nimbly and barefooted and dwarfen-like across this roof. And
Nimbly
you're-
dwarfen like?
Yeah, he's a nimble dwarf. Dwarves, I imagine, would be in the circus. No.
The
Wow.
gawk at.
That's offensive. That's offensive.
Okay, they guess that was offensive.
Kenneth, cut that.
Get it, Kenneth.
Cancel, Chad.
Dwarfism? Not a,
Okay,
wait.
you you stick your foot through part of the roof and you start to fall and you reach over and grab Flavius because he's next to you. Flavius, I want you to roll your reflex because all of a sudden you're carrying a lantern and balancing, and then Thicky Boy over here grabs you.
15.
Smack.
That's good.
Okay, you end up just falling to your butt and kind of sliding a few feet. You almost lose your grip of the lantern, but you hold it and keep it with you, and you
Okay.
see it flickers a little bit more.
Oh no.
You feel like there's just drops left in there, so it's just kind of barely hanging on. But you guys, you're able to get back to your feet and get back going.
I look at
Ultimately, you're
Flavius and I go,
Watch where you're going.
yeah. Ultimately, neither of you are worse for wear, but you have a startle moment.
Would you like me to tether me to you?
If you feel like you need it.
Hey, so I hate to be the bearer of bad bat news because we had bats earlier. That was fun. I think I'm going to take this other lantern that's about to fail. Like we have two options the way I see it. We either run this lantern away from this place, but if it's attached to a specific set of undead, I'm just spitballing here, then it will... So like maybe it's area of effect and it's overlapping. So if one goes out and the other one's there, it's fine. Or it's tied to certain undead, and it means that those undead will come back to undeath.
I like the idea of having it being an overlapping, like when one's on, one's off.
Well, sure. I mean, that in theory that would be great for us, but it's a bad place for us to be if it's not that case, right?
So we should have left it in a room with no dead bodies. and all the
No,
treasure.
not in a treasure chest. How would we ever get back into it?
Stop Pickering. Move.
We can go fast. It's just gonna go out.
You guys get to the other side. Just roll a climb check to get down off without
I
hurting
get
yourself.
where you're going, Brandon, but it's kind of a rock hard place right now.
Yeah, I am rock hard in this place right now.
Chad, one more.
climb.
You roll a climb just to climb down from this roof to get to the balcony that goes to the other.
Awesome.
19.
17.
24.
You're a little grippy beaver.
I'm a nimble dwarf.
Those
Yeah,
grippers.
you guys climb down. It's a little touch and go carrying the lanterns, but you're able to climb down to the other side. And when you get on this walkway, you start to make your way across, and you feel the rocks shift.
Shit.
You know, it's like that moment of like,
How far are we?
Yeah, I run with
far are
him
we?
then.
okay, great. You guys have 50 feet to get to like where the
tower
tower
is?
door is, and the tower door is open. Okay,
We're just going to haul ass then?
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. As
Okay.
we're running,
Roll percentage.
Yup. All of us or just...
Just one of you decide to roll.
27.
Okay, great. So you guys land on the balcony or on the walkway, and you feel the stones shift, and you hear some of the crumbling, rumbling sounds within the walkway. You start to run, and you see that it just starts to fall apart. Okay, like all of the walkway starts to go, and you guys start sprinting across. Okay, roll initiative.
baby. Remember when I was going to take approved initiative, but I didn't? Well, that for my next feat.
Okay, what'd you get?
24.
24.
24
I think my dex is better though.
Shut up.
and
16?
16.
Pretty good for me.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good for me.
Okay, you guys are all fast enough. Okay, but it's like you all make it across the way, and the whole walkway collapses behind you and like sinks in on itself, the stones falling and rolling away. So it's not like it was in a completely separate like walkway bridge or something that's now fallen.
But it was
all
a
the way to the
solid
ground.
wall
But it was a
now-
solid wall that has now collapsed in on itself. So it's part of the exterior walls are still standing, but it's like it dropped 2 floors, like within.
Is this like Sword in the Stone that the castle is shaking? It's like, what?
There you go, Archimedes. Yeah. It's the rumbling does send a shudder through this tower, and you can hear that like crying sound, going pretty well, and you hear
I clap back.
Hush, little babies, don't say a word.
I'll
Unless
rush
should
up
I-
the stairs.
okay. You start going up the stairs,
leave the
and
lantern?
the stairs are like, some of them are broken, some of them are sunk, some of them are off kilter. There's parts of the wall that are collapsed out. You reach a section where you can't go further up the stairs. It's collapsed, but the wall is open and you can climb outside.
Oh, let's use Bertha, my grappling hook.
Do you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you want to go higher, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't get much higher.
I'm gonna climb
because
then.
you've got to climb outside the tower.
So,
Natural 20.
oh, okay.
Holy crap.
Hey, when we get to a position where we need to fight or do something, Zach is just, this is what we're going to do. Zach is going to drop his lantern and I'm going to pick it up. So I'm going to stay close to Zach.
Yep.
But if it runs out, you can't pick it up.
Right, that's why.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it becomes sutured to the
You're
floor.
right.
But you do have the highest
So
strength. Go
you
for it.
go.
Throw
You
it?
see that Mac goes out the crack in the wall and starts to climb up and scares some of the ravens that are outside. Like and they all kind of scatter as he goes, and that sound, that crying is getting louder, and you're starting to smell like an animal smell, like a strong animal smell.
Do I know which animal? May I?
Yeah, if you want to.
Well, he's
I'm gonna fall
acknowledging.
climbing.
Animal, may I?
31. Survival.
Okay, the smell aligns pretty well with the things that you guys have experienced in those different.
Manticore.
Yeah, you think it's a manticore. You think you're getting close to like a manticore smell. Okay.
Chad,
What did you say you were doing? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I was gonna climb,
Oh, okay.
and I got an 8.
Was it a natural 1?
It was a 2, luckily.
Because a natural 1, you'd have to delete your character.
Yes.
Oh,
by law.
I'll rip it up.
by the law.
That's only if you did 3 in a row. You're good. Okay, so you go to start to climb, and what starts as a climb turns quickly into a fall.
Oh no.
Okay, so you start to fall. You have an option here. You can roll a reflex save, but only if you drop the lantern.
Okay. And this is the tallest we've been, right?
Yeah.
The highest we've
You're
been.
up off the ground like 80 feet right now. You're above parts of the trees.
Do you have,
Whoops!
you have lots of hit points.
I
So roll a reflex save
I
as
have
you
lots of
drop
hit
it.
points. I'm gonna drop the
Not that
lantern.
many.
Okay,
I got to 18 for reflex save.
nice. Okay, so you're able to grab, like you scramble on the rocks. So you fall out of the hole and slide down and are able to catch yourself on some rocks.
Okay.
So you're now like 10 feet below the hole, but you see that the lantern goes down like it's kind of blazing that green light, and it gets swallowed up in like the tree branches and stuff. So you hear it thud down below, but you don't know where it's landed. Like you don't see it.
yeah.
You know? You just see
So
go
it
down.
is in the courtyard.
On the outside,
Ish?
it's
It's on the
outside of the
castle.
castle.
Okay,
So it's on the like you
Okay,
guys were in
yeah,
the
yeah.
courtyard. Here's the tower. It's on the outside.
Okay.
In the
I threw it
woods.
like you told me to, LS.
Yeah, I was gonna try and throw it farther. This works.
It's still like outside of the
Yeah.
keep, and
Yeah.
it's probably 30 feet away from the walls of the
Okay.
keep, but it's out there.
It's probably the best. Hopefully.
Okay.
I am going to fashion. I'm going to tie a knot in my rope. So I'm going to sling
Okay.
my rope and tie the lantern to my.
Oh, to your back.
Well, I'm going to still carry it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
However,
I was
but
gonna say that's pretty smart.
in case I drop it,
You
yeah,
don't wear it like a backpack.
yeah, I don't want it to burn the shit out of me. Like, I'm like, ah,
It's just cooking your back.
smells like hot dogs now.
Why
that
does it
into a
smell
hot
so
pocket.
tasty? Why does it smell so tasty here?
Chad, you want me to roll
Okay.
another climb then?
Yeah. And you need a roll climber. You
Okay, I got a
find- or-
natural. I got a natural 20.
A natural 20. Nice. Is there a rope use?
Nope.
There's
anymore?
there is
Sleight
a
of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay, roll sleight of hand.
Do you want? So I rolled a roll. Do you want me to that to be my sleight of hand or my? climb?
If you would have to do your sleight of hand first to
Okay.
do the rope stuff.
So
before
sleight of
you
hand,
get-
I got a 24. That was a
great.
trick. You see that?
How's it? Rick?
Just playing.
Listen
I'm
to that,
playing.
gamers.
I'm playing.
That's your gamer tip
I'm
for
playing
today.
checkers. You're playing chess. Is that what it is?
I'm playing. You're playing checkers. I'm playing chess.
Oh. Okay.
To climb, I got a 11 and 11.
11.
Did he really do that?
Solid.
Okay, you start trying to climb. It's hard going, and you look and can see that Mac has made it quite farther than you, and it's just slow going. It's uncomfortable to be out there. Zach, what you got a
I
natural
got a natural
20?
20.
So you kind of come up. You see that Flavius passes you, and it feels like you're being passed on like a mountain trail by somebody who's way fit. And is like happy to be there, and you're like,
Yeah, that's fine. This is actually not a race. Everybody moves at different paces. Also, I didn't drop my lantern.
No, you
so-
did it wrong. You're supposed to. This is fine. Will you try to talk somebody up?
hi. I love that.
Time check it is 11:17.
11, 17.
We got to see what's at the top of this
Okay.
tower.
Okay.
We
So
push
you start
through.
climbing up. Everyone roll one more climb check, just to make sure nothing hazardous happens.
Gosh.
21.
22.
Cool. 21,
13.
Hey, well, you did better.
Hey, buddy.
Bro, I didn't fail.
13 is enough to just go slow and kind
drop my
of follow the rear. Like you're able to kind of come up the rear.
Strategically replaced the lantern.
But as you come into part of this broken, you get to the lip of this broken part of the wall that goes into this room. Now, the thing that's tricky is that it wasn't like you just climbed straight up to an open hole. Like you climbed up and then had to kind of spider your way a little bit around the side until you got to part of a collapsed window that was open and has like some of the stones have fallen inward. And so there's like a spot to come up into this room. The smell is pretty loud as you get there. Or the smell is pretty, not loud, but strong.
Pungent.
As you get there, it's pungent. And then this is what is going on. So yeah, the highest room of the crumbling tower, you smell it before you see it. The animal scent, the air heavy with flies. And within you can see bald kittens with small dark eyes and sharp fangs and long tails with yellowish barbs just starting to bud. And they're mewing and wrestling and leaping and flapping. Their small wings are yet unfeathered and yet too weak to support their bulk. You see that many of them are smeared with blood and are lapping at a puddle of blood in the middle of the stone floor. The source is coming from above. You can see Gentle hugging a rafter beam and dripping blood slowly from a few nasty wounds. You spot 2 quill barbs sticking through his right thigh, and his neck and shoulder area are a mess. In the dark shadows on the far side of the room, near an opening in the roof that's allowing in a shaft of sunlight, you see a large creature stir, its silhouette massive and feathered, and then settle into the shadows once more.